They say revolutions announce themselves with gunshots, collapsing empires, or riots in the streets. But the most powerful revolution of the 21st century didn't arrive with the noise of conflict or the drama of history. It arrived in silence. Behind sealed doors, beneath unmarked basements, under the glow of machines humming in frequencies the human ear can barely detect. A new class of laboratories has risen, labs that don't just explore the future, but manufacture it. And while you watch this video from the comfort of your home, the next generation of global power is already being assembled in places you've never heard of, by people you will never meet, using technologies the public still believes belong in science fiction. Some revolutions are televised. This one is deliberately hidden, because if you truly understood what is being built inside these secret laboratories, you would question everything about who controls our world today and who will control it tomorrow. In today's world, we assume power is still measured by armies, economies, and alliances. We think nations compete with missiles and markets, with diplomacy and deterrence. But behind this old familiar stage, a second battlefield has silently formed, one fueled not by soldiers or generals, but by scientists, engineers, and intelligence agencies who understand that the future will belong to whoever wields the most advanced, most overwhelming, most invisible tools ever created. Inside these hidden labs, breakthroughs are not celebrated publicly. They are classified, encrypted, compartmentalized, and buried behind layers of plausible deniability. What emerges from them is not innovation, it's leverage, it's influence, it's the ability to reshape societies without firing a shot. For most of us, research means white coats, graphs, and academic papers, but the labs shaping global power look nothing like these familiar images. They resemble high-security bunkers. Full-body biometric scanners guard every door, AI-powered surveillance monitors every movement, and the scientists themselves often don't know the names of the people funding their work. Some are run by governments, others by defense contractors, and a growing number by private tech corporations, whose budgets rival those of small nations. The deeper one goes into these facilities, the more you realize that the world's future is not being written by politicians or diplomats. It's being engineered by algorithms, nanomachines, genetic programs, and quantum-level tools too complex for the ordinary citizen to even imagine. Inside one such lab, engineers are creating micro-devices capable of operating inside the bloodstream, not for medicine but for monitoring. In another, AI systems are being trained on patterns of human behavior to predict decisions before they are made. In yet another facility, weapon prototypes are designed not to destroy infrastructure but to manipulate digital realities, rewrite memories through targeted information streams, or disable entire economies without leaving a trace. These are not weapons built to dominate battlefields. They are weapons designed to dominate the human mind, the human body, the human environment, quietly, precisely, invisibly. As we dive deeper into this hidden revolution, it becomes obvious that power itself has changed. In the past, nations fought to control territory, oceans, and trade routes. Today, they fight to control data, biology, computation, and perception. Whoever gains mastery over these four pillars doesn't just influence the world, they can reshape it. This is why every major country, from the United States to China, Russia to Israel, the UK to France, and even rising powers with smaller footprints, have built labyrinths of secret labs dedicated to one mission: win the future before everyone else realizes the war has already begun. But what exactly is being built inside these places? Which new weapons of power have the potential to rewrite the rules of global dominance? And why are they so dangerous precisely because no one talks about them? To answer these questions, we must pull back a veil that governments have spent billions to maintain. It begins with a tool more powerful than any missile ever created: algorithmic influence. Inside a classified lab on the outskirts of a major tech hub, researchers are running simulations that map how entire populations respond to tiny shifts in information. They can alter news feeds, edit search results, or adjust the emotional tone of mass communication, triggering changes in behavior without individuals ever realizing they were influenced. The public believes manipulation requires propaganda or force. The new reality is far more subtle. An algorithm can nudge a society toward chaos or stability with the slightest change in a digital microsecond. These labs don't just understand human psychology, they weaponize it. In another part of the world, biotechnicians are engineering gene editing tools so precise they could, in theory, modify biological traits not over generations but within a single lifetime. While public research focuses on curing diseases, classified programs focus on synthetic resilience, enhanced cognition, or biochemical control systems that can influence entire environments. Imagine a future where crops can be wiped out silently, where a targeted biochemical signature can disable critical decision makers, or where enhanced biological capabilities can be granted to select groups of individuals. This is not fantasy. This is funded research, and it's happening right now. Equally unsettling is the rise of quantum command, systems, machines that can break today's most advanced encryption like glass. In a classified test, a quantum device successfully unlocked a simulated financial network, protected by what the world currently considers unbreakable security. If such a device ever became operational on a global scale, the balance of power would shift instantly. Whoever controls quantum superiority would control the world's banking systems, energy grids, defense networks, and civilian infrastructure in ways traditional militaries could never achieve. The ability to collapse an economy remotely, without detection, without footprints, is arguably the most frightening capability any nation could possess. Yet perhaps the most secretive experiments are those merging AI with autonomous decision systems, machines capable of making strategic choices faster than any human intelligence. In one facility, researchers tested an AI that could predict geopolitical outcomes more accurately than top analysts. In another, an autonomous drone swarm reacted to battlefield changes in real time, executing strategies no programmer explicitly designed. These labs don't just create tools. They create minds, artificial minds that learn, evolve, and refine themselves with no requirement for sleep, emotion, or hesitation. The danger is not that AI will rebel. The danger is that it might become the ultimate weapon of its creators, giving them an edge so overwhelming that no rival could ever compete. But all revolutions come with unintended consequences. The scientists inside these labs may work with equations and algorithms, but the things they build eventually influence millions of lives. And as governments race toward breakthroughs, an unspoken truth spreads. Nobody fully understands the long-term consequences of what they are creating. Every advancement comes with risks, and some risks cannot be predicted until it's too late. The first nations to deploy these tools may achieve dominance, but they may also unleash forces they cannot control. This is why some insiders whisper that the next major conflict will not be fought with visible weapons at all. Instead, it will unfold as silent disruptions, economies glitching overnight, satellites failing without explanation, communication networks fragmenting, population behavior shifting in ways analysts cannot explain. It will be a war defined not by explosions, but by anomalies. And behind every anomaly, there will be a lab and an engineer who understands exactly what has been done. Yet for all the fear and secrecy surrounding this revolution, there is also opportunity. These same tools, if used responsibly, could cure diseases, eliminate poverty, stabilize economies, predict disasters, and create a world safer and more prosperous than any era before. But that requires accountability, something difficult to expect from facilities deliberately hidden from the public. And this brings us to the heart of the story. Why nobody talks about these weapons of power? Because the moment the world realizes what is possible, the old structures of authority will collapse. People will demand answers. Nations will panic. Corporations will fight to protect their monopolies. And the scientists who built these tools may be forced to question whether they have accelerated humanity toward salvation or towards something far darker. In the end, the hidden lab revolution is not just about technology. It's about power, who has it, who wants it, and who will stop at nothing to control the future. As you finish this documentary, understand this: somewhere right now at this exact moment, a machine is being activated in a room sealed from the outside world. A program is being run, a breakthrough is being tested, and the future, your future, is quietly being rewritten. Not in public, not democratically, but inside the hidden labs of a new era, an era where the greatest weapons are not bombs or bullets, but knowledge, computation, and the ability to shape reality itself. The revolution has already begun. The only question now is whether the rest of the world will awaken before the new architects of power complete their design. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. Here on The Scope, we go beyond the headlines and uncover the hidden layers the world often overlooks. If this documentary opened your eyes, moved you, or made you think differently, make sure you subscribe. Your support helps this channel grow, and it tells me you want more powerful investigations like this. Share this video with someone who loves exploring deep, untold stories, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. A new and even stronger documentary is already on the way. So stay aware, stay curious, and I'll see you again soon, right here on The Scope.